Welcome to the big show. This is Investing with Confidence. I am your host, Joshua David, and we are happy to have you with us today. As always, my good friend, my stock master, the chart master, Mr. Al Connickson. Al, how are you doing today?
You know what? I'm feeling fantastic today, Josh. How about you?
I'm doing really good, but there's one great thing here today.
What is that?
It is great to be back.
Always
Helping
is.
our listeners make better and smarter investing decisions. An online trading academy, the sponsor of Investing with Confidence, on their 25th year, teaching people just like you how to trade the financial markets, how to invest in the financial markets. Now, that can be for new people, if you're brand new to the markets, or you've been investing for years, learning different techniques and strategies to get into the market, or hopefully have better potential in the markets. Where was going to go there? Let's see. Better potential in the markets. And Al, guess what? We had another, broken record this week. Another great week in the stock market. If you look at the S&P 500, surpassing all-time highs back from September again, back in the 45s, 4600s area. Same thing with the Dow, that back at all-time highs, the NASDAQ at all-time highs. Last week, we talked about that little cryptocurrency meme token called Shiba Inu skyrocketing. Well, it has dropped back down. So hopefully those investors have take some profits there. As currently doing the show here today, it's at 0.000041 or 4410. So down a lot from the highs there. Tesla has always been also been skyrocketing. Getting up to, hitting about 1250.
Correct.
Just especially shooting up the past couple weeks here. Oil, it's kind of slowing down a little bit, making some drops here. On Thursday, it rose up big time on Thursday, but also went back down on Thursday. So great volatility, great movement in the financial markets, up and down with different assets, stocks, options, futures, but also Forex. How do you help people get in these markets, in the different assets, help people diversify their accounts, whether they're short-term trading or long-term investing?
Well, I think most of us have been to a doctor at one point in time in our
Once
life.
in a while.
And you don't just walk into a doctor's office and he starts treating you. He
No.
does a diagnosis first. He checks out, how are you feeling? What's going on? And then let's look at putting together the proper treatment plan. And we do the same thing with our students, Josh. We want to know, how they're feeling financially now and how they want to feel financially in the future. And you have to know that. You have to understand, what somebody wants in the future to be able to help them get there. You can't just throw things out there and hope that they work. But unfortunately, that's how a lot of people invest in trade in the markets.
And that's crazy you mentioned that, because people just jump in the markets because it's easy to get into. It's available to everybody. But you have to understand where you are and where you need to be. And that's really where you come into play.
Yeah, and unfortunately, right now we're seeing these markets continue to go up and continue to hit new records. So people think that this is just going to continue, and they keep throwing money in the market.
But it's done well for some people.
It has done very well, but understand that the markets are emotion driven, and as long as the investor sentiment and the momentum is, I'm going to say, wildly bullish, the buying will probably continue. But at some point in time, these extremely high valuations have to be justified. So
one thing you need, though, you need a couple different things there. You need a 3-part strategy for up markets, for down markets, and sideways markets. But you also need to understand where to get in your positions and take your profits.
Well, yeah, and that's the point I was going to make, Josh, is that but we always go through corrections. We always go through bear markets. It's just part of what the market does. So you have to be prepared. If you're just participating in an up market, that's great right now. But what if it does roll over? What if we do go through a 10% correction or a 20% to 50, 60% bear market? How are you prepared? Are you prepared?
What do you do to help people prepare, though, Al?
Well, first of all, understand how you can be prepared.
Yep.
Understand how the markets function, both in an upward movement and a downward movement, why that happens. And that really gets down to the important thing. What makes something go up in value and what makes something go down in value? And if you can identify that, if you know what causes price to go up or causes price to go down, that gives you a huge edge. But then the next thing you have to know is where it's going to happen. And what we do with our students is show them on a price chart where that is going to happen. Basically, what we're doing is showing them where unfilled institutional orders are sitting, whether they're buy orders or sell orders. And when we're talking about the institutions, we call the smart money, the Wall Street firms, the elephants.
Mm-hmm.
It's the big firms that have hundreds of millions or billions or trillions of dollars to invest in the market. They can do this with such a high volume, a high dollar amount that they can control, and they do control the price. So we developed a strategy, an investment strategy for our students that shows them how to identify where those unfilled orders are. So you're looking forward, giving you the opportunity to be positioned to let the institutional activity provide a benefit for you, provide a profit for you.
Yeah, and that you just a couple key items you brought up there, and I'm going to circle around and kind of take the key word that you just said there. I want to make sure our listeners understand and remember. But it's all about finding out where you are, where you need to go, and then as Al was talking about earlier, you got to diagnose that, and you got to diagnose that with people that have been in the markets for several years. I mean, Al has several years of investing experience, and that's where you want to be guided, is by someone that's been in the markets and know how to help you as well. So it's where you are, where you need to go, but you also have to understand what moves price. And it's simple, just like anything. It's just like the law of gravity. If I have a pen here and I throw it up straight up in the air, I know it's going to come back down. And that's the same thing with supply and demand. That can't be broken. So you have to understand what moves price and then identify that. Where you find that, or where you identify that, is on a price chart. And that's what Al was talking about with Online Trading Academy, the sponsor of Investing with Confidence. They have a strategy that's designed to teach you to follow the institutions, to find out where they're buying and selling, and then follow them. And where you do that is on a price chart. So institutions, just so everybody understands, they move the market. We can't beat them, so we have to trade like them. And that's how you gain that edge. It's all about gaining the edge in the financial markets. I want to make sure our listeners understand that. Without an edge, it's hard to succeed in the markets. So that's why understanding a strategy that's designed to follow those institutions gives you that edge. So I want to invite people to an investing class that we do right here in Bloomington, and diving into all the different assets of the markets, how they work, some of the common mistakes that investors make and how to minimize them. But I think the key thing is how to time the market by letting price come to you. I want to invite you to this investing class right here in Bloomington. We also do these online. Just call 952-814-4410, or you can just text the word invest to the number 484848. When you do that, you're going to receive a text right back automatically with a link. That link is otamin.com. Pick a date within that link. You're also going to get a financial quick start kit just for getting set up for this investing class, which also includes some cryptocurrency. 952-814-4410. Al, coming up next, I want to talk about the income side of trading, income potential within the financial markets. Once again, text the word invest to the number 484848. We'll be right back.